The world didn't end with a bang. It simply glitched. Game monsters poured into reality, ending humanity in a flash. But as it all fell apart, time reset to the very beginning. He alone recalls the fallen world. This time, survival isn't the goal. As a Soul Reaper, he won't seek allies. He will forge them. He'll summon an army to shatter the system before it shatters the world. The end of the world won once, never again. Inside the game Immortal World, a desperate chase unfolds. A party of girls fled from level 3 ghost wolves. They couldn't shake them. The cleric cried out in despair. They were just in a level 1 scorpion zone. How did we run into these? She asked their warrior leader. The warrior pointed just a little further. She yelled, "Sandalwood trees? Up ahead. The wolves can't climb. We'll be safe in the branches." She grit her teeth. These beasts were relentless. Once they lock onto a target, they never give up. Their last fight was costly. 2 pieces of gear had shattered. Is this really how it ends? Just then their mage, Shia, stumbled and fell. As the wolves lunged, her friends screamed her name, and there was no time to react. Suddenly, a blade flashed through the air, stopping the beast, and its wielder appeared, our main character, Lin Yuan. Shia stared in shock. Did he just save her? A level 1 mage, she gasped. He's just a beginner. Lin Yuan lowered his hood with a confident smirk. Level 3 monsters, he scoffed. Hardly a threat. The pack charged. He met them head on. As they leaped to strike, his blade became a blur. Each wolf fell in a single, perfect strike. The girls watched, stunned. 4 ghost wolves, dispatched with ease. But then, Shia saw it. She pointed. A whole new pack had arrived. Where did they all come from? The cleric panicked. They must have been drawn by the fight, the mage guessed. Get out of there, the warrior shouted. That pack is huge. She was completely serious. But he just smirked and opened his system window. A prompt appeared. Summon skeleton warriors? He accepted, waving his hand forward. Cards flew from his fingers, erupting into a massive magic circle. Level 3 skeleton warriors clawed their way out of the ground. The main character grinned. Let's see who's the real monster here. The skeletal horde charged the incoming wolf pack, and Lin Yuan leaped into the fray, fighting alongside his loyal army. In just 15 minutes, the entire pack was gone. For defeating 16 wolves, he earned experience and a few new items. He gathered the spoils as the girls watched in awe, asking, "Did he do that ... by himself?" Shia stepped forward, her curiosity piqued. Is he a mage? Did he just use a summoning skill? As a mage herself, she'd never seen a technique like it. He told her she was mistaken, making her wonder, "Then what are you?" A mysterious smirk was his only answer. His secret. The Forbidden's SSS rank class, Soul Reaper. His name is Lin Yuan, a reincarnator from the Blue Planet. 3 years ago, a mysterious magical world suddenly appeared. Then, just 3 months ago, a company launched a virtual game called Immortal World, shocking everyone. Players put on their VR glasses and dove into the game. They were sorted into one of 4 classes. By leveling up, they could face the monsters within the game. At first, no one took it seriously. It was just a game, after all. But then, players began using their game skills in reality. They were called the Chosen Ones. From that day on, cultists from the virtual world appeared in the real one, bringing chaos. This tragedy took his parents from him. The world united against the cultists, but in the end they were overwhelmed. Yuan fell in the final battle. But an hour later he awoke, reborn at the moment he first logged into the game. This time, the system granted him a forbidden class. Now, he must grow stronger than ever to protect his world and his family. It was time to collect the souls of the fallen wolves. As he touched one, energy flowed from the defeated monsters. The system asked, "Summon the ghostly wolves of the desert?" He agreed, and the wolves instantly rose again. His class gives him a warrior's power combined with dark summoning. He can raise the fallen to serve him, retaining their levels and skills. They also gain a powerful new skill, immortality. This protects them from the most harmful effects. His talent can also revive a monster through dark summoning, increasing his soul storage with each one. At a high enough level, he will command an unstoppable army. The squad leader eyed his new ally wearily, but he just gazed at the sky, saying, "He should be here." A system notification flashed above them. The world boss, the giant shadow wolf, was heading toward the desert. Lin Yuan grinned, ready for another fight, while the others took cover. A rift tore open the sky. They cried in terror, "The giant shadow wolf is here." The game's website listed its attack range at 50 meters. They had to run before it was too late. All the players immediately began to scatter, but the giant wolf was faster. The survivors could only watch in horror. It was a level 6 with 2 skills, a truly formidable opponent. With his friend gone, he charged forward. But others stopped him. "Are you out of your mind? You can't face that beast alone. It's a lost cause." Someone hiding asked, "Is that a world boss?" His friend spotted a lone figure calmly approaching it. His simple gear made him look like a total rookie. The giant direwolf is a level 6 world boss. All of them together couldn't even scratch it. In this world, monsters are ranked by their power. Normal, elite, boss, lord, king, and beyond. Even a level 1 world boss is a rookie's nightmare. The main character's confidence made the others nervous, but they had no idea of his true strength. He told the wolf it was nothing, which angered it. It howled, but he gracefully dodged the sonic blast. In the next instant, the wolf lunged with its shadow claw. Yuan focused. He recalled its stats from a past life. For these low-level travelers, this was impossible. Last time, his team was nearly defeated by it. But now, having been reborn, he was ready. He carried the experience of countless battles. He was no longer who he used to be. As the paw slammed down, he slipped aside. A player gasped at his incredible speed. Suddenly, the monster's eyes began to glow. It went into a rage just as he had expected. He touched the ground, calling forth his warriors. His army of wolves charged from the new portal. A player stared in awe. What is that power? Are those ... spirit wolves? How could he command such a phantom force? Yuan thought about reaching level 3 on the way here. His gate's capacity had risen to 30. The grind to level 3 had been worth it. The aggressive immortality mechanic was the key. While his summoned minions are attacking, the boss will not change its target. The giant wolf swatted at his phantom pack. It pounced toward one of the howling spirits. Our hero knew this was his perfect chance. He used the aggro mechanic to create an opening. Dashing forward, his sword became a blur. The beast cried out as deep gashes appeared. The boss targeted him next, just as he planned. His summons drew the beast's attention. 1,000 tiny cuts could fell a giant, even doing just 15 damage each. The wolf's 3,400 health points would soon vanish. The pack closed in, making the enemy nervous. Then Yuan attacked and a player gasped at the incredible sight. This was a world boss lord. They failed to notice players with ill intentions approaching. A few moments passed. The boss's health hit 500. The main character struck, landing a critical hit that left it with only 10 health. The great wolf howled before collapsing, and Yuan drew near. The system declared the enemy was on the brink of collapse. As he went for the final hit, those players ambushed him to steal his prize. The main character gave them an annoyed look. After a warning from others, he spun around, his sword flashing, defeating them easily. He glanced at their forms. "Don't overestimate yourselves," he said, leaving them in shock. He had just taken out level 3 bandits in one move. The wolf struggled to its feet, gathering its strength, only to face another attack. Yuan landed a final critical strike. The system announced the world boss had been defeated. His reward, 480 experience points and a soul stone. He wondered what it would drop, and a soul stone appeared before him. By gathering enough of these stones, He could visit the Immortal Council and trade them for legendary gear. Upon reaching level 60, players journeyed to the Elven Council to continue leveling. It was too soon for that now. But this stone made getting legendary equipment much simpler. Immortal grade gear had several tiers, from simple to powerful. There was gear of black metal, bronze, silver, gold, and dark gold. Even higher were epic, legendary, and fantastical items. Newcomers started with basic gear. Few even had black metal items. Just 2 hours ago, he'd used 2 skeletal warriors to bait an elite sand lizard. From that fight, he won a bronze item, the Sand Lizard Mantle. The system now announced he was the first player to defeat a world boss. This feat unlocked the Monster Hunter title. When he activated the title, his attack power, critical strike chance, and spell damage all rose by 10%. He considered the system window. Titles could grant players powerful stats. The bonus from Monster Hunter was incredibly useful. As the very first player to defeat a world boss, he received a bonus reward, a chest of silver armor. He opened it. The Silver Moon Sword appeared, granting 100 attack power and 10 agility. Next was Death's Eye, an accessory that gave 40 intelligence and a skill to boost attack speed with oxidizing rays. A recovery potion instantly restored 20% of his health and mana. There was also a level 1 skill scroll, raising a skill's power by 100 points, and Monster Essence, a rare drop from truly powerful enemies. This essence could craft potions or be consumed directly. It also boosted strength, physical prowess, and agility, and intelligence by 10 points. What an incredible first boss drop! The system was surprisingly generous. A system window appeared, experience calculated, player information updated. A surge of power flowed through him. He'd reached level 4. Each level up granted 5 precious skill points. 3 intelligence and 2 strength, steadily growing his power. He glanced at his status window with a smirk. Perfect. He now had the strongest stats in the entire rocky desert. Better yet, his Gates of the Abyss had upgraded after the battle. It could now hold 40 souls. Focusing his power on the giant wolf, the system offered a summon. He agreed. The wolf's eyes snapped open as it rose with a soft growl. It was now one of his risen warriors, armed with 4 new skills. Wail of the Vicious Wolf increased damage by 40% and stunned foes for 5 seconds. Beastheart multiplied its health by a massive 400%. Shadowclaw added 150 attack power, and Rage of the Risen buffed all his allies. Yuan smiled. As expected of a world boss, it had amazing area damage and outstanding crowd control. But unlike other Ryzen, this one was special. With its new skill, he could instantly summon minions from the abyss. He sent the wolf into the gate as other players watched in awe. So scary. Did he really just turn a world boss into his personal minion? And what was that strange portal? Those shadow wolves definitely came from there. Hearing their whispers, he turned. The players immediately scrambled for cover, terrified to meet his gaze. They had been watching the whole time. He then recalled the loot from the 3 bandits, a black metal sword, a great weapon for new players. But he already had a better one. He walked toward their hiding spot, making them nervous. Just as they were about to run, he approached and asked, "Were you screaming?" The player he addressed was too stunned to speak. So he simply thrust the sword into the guy's hands, shocking him. "This might be useful," he said, and then walked away. The others crowded around the guy. "Did he really just give you that sword?" "A black metal sword. It was worth a small fortune." 10 minutes later, Yuan felt a strange pull. Then everything went dark. He had been pulled back to reality. He took off the VR glasses with a sigh. The battery was dead. He realized he needed to earn some money for a proper console. Immortal World was a hyper-realistic game with different servers for each country, and each server hosted entirely different worlds to choose from. The Elpot Zone, for instance, had 4 great nations: the Western Empire, the Southern and Northern Empires, and a legendary island at its center. This time, his choice remained the same. He picked the ancient desert's Western Empire. A crucial secret guided his hand. Amid the city's ruin, he saw something impossible. Strange figures flew, wearing a yellow sapphire. It was the emblem of a Western Empire guild. The first disciple of the Dark Star was human. This person was key to the world's final tragedy. He now has 3 years until that dreadful gay. To stop the calamity, he must find that traitor. The yellow sapphire is the only clue he holds. To join, one must first reach level 10. To unmask this hidden enemy, he had to level up with incredible speed. He tested a game skill and summoned a skeleton card. The proof was now in his very hand. Some players brought their game skills into reality. They were known as the Chosen Children of Fate. These chosen were the main hope against the coming evil. In his first life, his powers only awoke during the Great Disaster. But now, it's happened much sooner. Still, he wondered what made his class different. With a new purpose, he quietly left his room. Later, his parents came home to a surprise. A full meal prepared by their own son. His mother urged his confused father to eat. "You should enjoy this rare moment." Looking at them, he understood a painful truth. You only value what you have after it's gone. His past was filled with ignorance and regret. He spent his days lost inside a game. He pushed away his family's concern with anger. When he lost everything, he saw his foolishness. He joined them, noting it was Sunday. That meant his sister wouldn't be home. She was studying for exams, his mom explained. She suggested he'd bring some food to his sister. The food she brought is likely cold by now. She tasted a piece, her eyes lighting up. "These chicken wings are incredible." She playfully warned her husband not to take any. Just then, Yuan placed his wing on his father's plate. His parents shared a look of surprise, then a smile. From that day, he began to train his new powers. Another session complete. 50 meters in 5.5 seconds. Not bad, but it was only the beginning. He went home and dove right back into the game. Suddenly, the sky erupted with piercing screams. A massive flock of level 2 morning birds was heading straight for him. Yan took care of them easily, earning 15 experience points. It wasn't nearly enough, but it gave him an idea. He used the birds as bait to lure a pack of wolves, and they fell for it. The main character watched, hidden behind a rock. This was no surprise. Ghostly desert wolves love easy prey. He drank a monster essence, and all his stats got a boost of 10. Then, he charged into the fray, ready for a proper warm-up. The moment the wolves got close, his sword became a blur, taking down 4 of them. He dodged an attack and finished 2 more with ease. But the rest of the pack was still coming. They surrounded him completely. He grinned, tightening his grip on his sword. He began to move like a whirlwind, cutting down 40 wolves and reaching level 5. He then absorbed their energy, filling his reserves to the brim. Now his strength was over 20 and his agility was nearly 50. He drank another essence and his stats surged again. Now he was strong enough to face level 5 elite monsters. He then made his way to the city, looking for a certain person. Soon, he entered Black Sand and walked down the main street. Inside a rundown building, he found Quincy, the local mage instructor. From the looks of it, the man enjoyed a good drink. He stated his purpose plainly. He wanted to learn new skills. Skills are usually learned from books dropped by monsters. But each class also has an instructor, and he remembered Quincy from his past life. The man said he would teach him. For enough coin to buy drinks for half a month. Having been a mage before, he knew little about the Soul Reaper class. However, this class could also wield powerful magic. He needed to learn the basic skills first, then the special ones. He told the man he wanted to learn Spiritual Flame, healing arts, and stealth, tossing him a bag of coins. Quincy checked the money and began to cast his magic. He told him to let the glory of mages shine upon him. A system window appeared. He had learned 3 new skills. Spiritual Flame, a black metal rank skill. Deals up to 100% damage. It requires 10 mana with a 10-second cooldown. Healing Arts restores 10% health with a 3-minute cooldown. The Stealth skill grants invisibility for 5 seconds. He analyzed the skills. Spiritual Flame gave him range, and Healing Arts offered recovery. Stealth was a perfect escape plan. But these were just basic abilities. He needed more to truly advance. So, it was time to level up. Soon he arrived at a mountain east of the city. As he ascended, a system alert announced the discovery of a cobalt mine. Kobolds are level 5 monsters that dwell in caves. Their sharp sense of smell helps them hunt in the dark. These cunning creatures love to attack from ambush. They travel in packs of 100, making them perfect targets. This was his chance to level up his summons. After drinking a night vision potion, he summoned his wolves and entered. His plan: use the kobolds to train his skills, then find some treasure. He pulled out a torch. To see better, he sent his wolves to scout the path ahead. But after 15 minutes, the mine was eerily empty. Suddenly, the torch flickered. He spotted movement ahead. He instantly threw the torch in that direction. The flames revealed monsters lurking in the shadows. They were already attacking his advanced scouts. Level 5 monsters with dig and strike skills. He and his wolves charged, meeting the cobalt rush head-on. They took down 2, but the monsters were strong. His wolves were quickly overpowered. Yuan leaped forward, dispatching 8 more with ease. The key was deflecting their blows, but then 4 pounced at once. He activated his stealth skill and their attack missed. As they frantically searched for him, he reappeared behind one looking for me, he teased. He struck instantly, using their surprise. He swiftly finished the rest. He surveyed the area with a smirk. His stealth skill now had 5 out of 100 experience points. But the stats from these common kobolds were pitiful. Leveling this way would take far too long. So he turned them into his own warriors, their stats appearing before him. Their crush skill dealt damage based on an enemy's health. With a wave of his hand, he commanded his new soldiers to find their leader. With 3 kobolds in tow, he found a large cave and spotted a strange slime cluster on the wall. A grin spread across his face. It was just what he needed. He launched a fireball at the slime. The system confirmed 2 swamp liquids were handled, granting him experience. But from the shadows, unseen eyes were watching his every move. A huge kobold overseer lunged from the shadows. This was a level 6 elite monster. The main character recalled an ancient law. The strong survive, an unshakable rule of nature. But today's predator can become tomorrow's prey. The kobold cracked its whip, kicking up dust. Sometimes, the hunter disguises himself as the prey, just as he was doing now. The whip was useless. He caught it with one hand. With a mighty tug, he pulled the beast closer and launched a powerful counterstrike. The beast tumbled, then rose, enraged and ready to charge. But Yuan was faster, delivering the final blow. Critically injured, the creature collapsed. The kobold fell to its knees with a final growl. Suddenly, a huge pack of monsters appeared. A system warning flashed. The kobolds were entering a frenzied state. Their speed and attack increased for 60 seconds. About 50 of them appeared, but his own forces were strong. He opened the gates of the underworld. His undead warriors emerged for battle. With a wave of his hand, he declared the hunt had begun. A giant wolf led the charge with its pack. Clashing with the kobolds, the wolf swung its massive paws. It pushed back enemies and unleashed a powerful howl. The sound wave stunned the overseers, and Yuan gave the command. A moment later, notifications flooded the screen. He defeated 40 and reached level 6. He used his skill, turning the fallen into his servants. Their former allies, seeing this, tried to escape. Yuan immediately pursued the fleeing monsters. But suddenly, a shadow flashed above him. He dodged just in time, evading a crushing hammer blow. The system identified the enemy's powerful strike skill. At last, the Cobalt boss appeared, a level 7 monster. It roared from the darkness, charging at the main character. Yuan smirked. He had been waiting for this. The Cobalt swung its hammer, but Yuan evaded the attack. He countered with his own weapon, striking true. He struck the monster's chest, then leaped back. Its defense was impressive. His attack barely left a scratch. The boss swung again, but the protagonist was too quick. Skidding to a stop, he analyzed the situation. These were no ordinary attacks, even for an elite. The boss's strength was at least 3 times greater. Energy gathered at his fingertips. This would create distance and inflict damage. He commanded the undead, "Rise!" Instantly, his summons charged the beast. The giant wolf appeared beside the monster. It unleashed a decisive strike for double damage. The main character pointed forward and ordered, "Attack!" His ghostly wolves leaped on the kobold, tearing at it. Then, the giant wolf jumped back as a new skill activated. Party skill, Rise and Fury. Attack and critical chance increased. The next moment, it rushed forward, sinking its fangs into the kobold's arm. Just then, he cast his spiritual flame magic skill. He launched several fireballs at the boss. If he recalled correctly, this boss was weak to magic. The smoke cleared and the enraged kobold charged him, but he activated his stealth skill, vanishing from sight. He reappeared behind it and prepared his attack. "You'll get no mercy." He aimed for its unprotected neck. His weapon plunged deep into the boss's weak spot. The creature shrieked as he leaped back, dodging its final swipe. He snapped his fingers. To me, his giant wolf appeared. Suddenly, a mob of kobolds appeared, a desperate final attempt. The system announced 15 cave kobolds defeated, 10 kobold overseers defeated, 20 cave kobolds defeated, 35 cave kobolds defeated, but one creature slipped past his wolves. Noticing this, he wondered, trying to escape? First, you must pay the price. He flew forward in a flash, ending the chase instantly. The creature's body fell to the ground with a thud. A system window announced the Kobold Chieftain's defeat. Plus 50 experience points. Another window appeared. Congratulations! Your level has increased to 7. Level 7. Perfect! He was one step closer to level 10. Soon, he could enter the main city. He had mastered 2 new skills. He'd raised them to level 2, doubling their effects. The system windows displayed the upgrades. Spiritual Flame now dealt 200% magic damage. It had a mastery of 20 out of 200. Stealth now lasted for 10 seconds with a mastery of 10. Then he turned his head sharply. A treasured chest was rising from the fallen boss. A bronze treasure. He quickly opened it and the system listed his rewards. Cobalt leather bag, ever-burning torch, skull mask, and shadow gloves. He opened the bag first. 20 gold coins received. He smirked at the gold coins in his hand, remembering something. Soon, virtual currency could be exchanged for real money. 20 gold coins meant 200,000 yuan, a very nice haul. A system window popped up, detailing his new everlasting torch. It granted unlimited night vision within a 3-meter radius. His black mask reduced physical damage by 5%, boosting HP and strength by 10. He then inspected the gloves in his hand, his eyes widening. The system announced Shadow Gloves, a silver-tier weapon. Its power was equal to a Cobalt Chieftain's, with defense and attack boosted by 30. He couldn't believe his luck, a silver weapon from a bronze chest. He was eager to test his new gear. Meanwhile, not far from the Cobalt Cave, Hong Feilong, the Leviathan leader of the Crimson Guild, stood over a vanquished foe. Standing on a cliff's edge, he declared their training a huge success. In less than 60 seconds, they had vanquished 30 ghost desert wolves. The deputy leader, Huang Fei Hu, a level 5 thief, grinned proudly. "When we're together, brothers, nothing is impossible." Another member cheered as expected of our leaders. "All those wolves in one go. Their strength is amazing." Ron agreed. "Yeah, if we see the Thunder Guild again, we'll turn them to dust." Exactly, but Fei Hu's expression soured. If that Yuan hadn't shown up, we would have been the first to take down the world boss. No other guild would dare look down on us then. At that moment, A system alert flashed. The giant wolf world boss had been defeated by player Yuan. They were all shocked. Feihu fumed. What kind of luck does that nobody have? If I ever find him, he'll learn to fear me. The guild leader turned to him. How many times must I tell you to think before you act? Yuan is a powerhouse. Do not underestimate him. Instead of feuding with him, we should focus on our own goals. He strode forward, adding, if I remember correctly, ... They're single quotes, it's a cobalt cave nearby. I'll scout ahead. The rest of you, recover your energy. Understood, leader, Ron replied. Feihu seethed. His older brother had already reprimanded him 3 times because of that pest. It was infuriating. He yelled into the distance, just you wait, you nobody. One day I will utterly crush you. I'll do it right in front of my brother, so he finally sees who is stronger. Ron tried to calm him. Deputy leader ... Don't waste your anger on someone like that. He then pointed. Hey, what's over there? Feihu turned his gaze. What is it? He spotted a girl, and a wicked smile spread across his face. At the same time, our hero moved forward. A system window appeared before him. Zombie Cobalt Chieftain, level 7. It had 1000 HP, 150 attack, and 80 defense. With skills like Dig and Crushing Blow, its Crushing Blow dealt 200% damage with a 10% chance for a critical hit. Model. A powerful chieftain joined his ranks. Now 70 monsters stood ready, and his collection would only grow. Suddenly a shout, don't move! One step, and there's no mercy. Ron sneered. Well, what a prize. You grinned. We'll just play a little. Don't resist. You should enjoy this. Just entertain our deputy leader, and you might get a worthy reward. Sabrina swung her staff. Get back! Feihu kicked it away. With what? He grabbed her hair. Just a mage. She truly thinks she can fight us. Stop this act. It is time to give up. He leaned in close, taunting her. Her struggles only amused him more. Then a flash. A fist sent him flying. The guild cried out, Deputy leader! He slammed hard into solid rock. The hero appeared. A guild member fled. I have to warn the leader now. Wing stared at the stranger. Who is he? Ron pointed a trembling finger. He challenged the Crimson Guild. He's finished. The hero smirked. The Crimson Guild. Once the top guild in Black Sand, filled with sinister red-named players. Their red names marked countless sins, known for attacking and looting others. Even now the stakes were very high. Losing levels and gear was a huge blow. The protagonist finally spoke. So, you're the Crimson Guild? Ron exchanged a look, then boasted. The #1 guild in Black Sand. You've made a grave mistake. Our hero simply adjusted his gloves. If you don't want to be erased... Then get on your knees and beg. In a blur, he disabled 2 of them. They collapsed, overcome with shock. The hero stopped. An interesting offer. But I think I'll take your hands instead. Sabrina watched, completely stunned. He was shocked by this power as Phil moved his hand. An empty vial lay nearby. The system showed a health elixir was used, restoring 20% of his energy. He pointed a shaky finger. You foolish punk. Scrambling up, he declared that his journey was now over. At that very instant, the guild masters strode onto the field. All right, who caused this mess? Who has so little regard for their own well-being? A subordinate rushed forward. Master, it's him! Our hero turned, facing a member of the Crimson Guild. The man pointed accusingly. That's him! He almost took down our vice leader. The leader, Fei Long, reached for his weapon. But he paused. His opponent's gaze was calm, almost detached, but within it was a power unlike anything he'd ever felt. It was like his eyes held the moon itself, shining like a peerless blade ready to sever fate. His aura alone was absolutely suffocating. A guild member shouted, Master, show this upstart what we're made of. Who does this nobody think he is, challenging us? What a fool! We'll handle him, Fei Long thought, this pressure. He's on another level. And that sword, it must have come from an incredibly powerful beast. He knew it was a Yuan grade weapon. Of all the players to provoke, these idiots chose him. They've just made things worse. The protagonist met his eyes. So you're the leader of the Crimson Guild? He knew he had to maintain his dignity. A clash was inevitable. In a flash, Faohu streaked across the sky. Sabrina cried out, "Watch out! He's behind you!" A guild member charged forward. "Your journey ends here, fool!" The leader swung his weapon. "You chose to oppose the Crimson Guild. The worst choice you could have made." He thought he saw an opening. Suddenly, he cried out, "What?" A cobalt figure appeared, striking his brother. He watched in shock as the hero came straight for him. Before he could even yell, the protagonist's attack sent him crashing to the ground. The main character stepped forward. "So this is the guild everyone fears?" Unimpressive. A system window then appeared before him. "Alert! You have successfully defeated a player. You will receive +2 sin points." He mused. 2 points. If I get no more this week, the counter will just reset. At that moment, Sabrina looked up, shouting a warning. Oh my goodness. The others are escaping. The protagonist simply replied, "They're small fry. Why worry about them?" A series of system windows opened. Explosive battle axe. Silver grade. On impact, the axe creates a blast, damaging surrounding foes. Attack +40, strength +30. Dragon Fang Crossblade. A silver grade weapon. Each hit engulfs the target in flames, causing continuous fire damage. Dexterity +30, attack +40. Spiked Dagger, bronze grade. Attack +15, dexterity +20. He nodded slightly. Not bad. Even if he didn't wield it, this weapon would sell for a fortune. Just then, Sabrina approached, her cheeks flushed as she thanked him for his help. She moved closer, pointing out she still didn't know his name. He gave her a look, then turned to leave, saying, "My name is ... what you'll see in the world's top 10 rankings someday." She stared, stunned. The top 10? Then she waved her hands dismissively. "Who needs a list, master? Please," she pleaded, "let me come with you." Sometime later, in the weeping desert, the main character noticed a stir in the sands behind him. Suddenly, scorpions erupted from the ground. A system window flashed open. Weeping Desert Scorpion. Normal level 6, HP 400. Attack 110, defense 20. Skill. Paralyzing Lightning Strike. He instantly took a stance, unleashing a flurry of spinning strikes. He tore through the monsters before him. A vortex of dark energy expanded and the system confirmed it. All 60 scorpions in the zone were wiped out. He had already reached level 8. Gathering herbs wasn't glamorous, but the reward was more than worth it. 2 days earlier, he was in the hallway when Emra approached. "Hero," he said, extending a hand, "we finally meet." A system window appeared. "You have received a quest from the alchemist Emor. Except the quest was titled Emmer's Will. The mission, travel to the Weeping Desert and collect 100 units of paralyzing herbs. Deliver them to Emmer. Time limit, 1 day. Rank, black metal." Paralyzing herbs were thunder element plants native to the desert. He recalled that a special dungeon was opening soon, one filled with thunder monsters. To clear it, players would need incredible lightning resistance. That meant the demand for lightning resistance potions would soar. Their price would skyrocket into the thousands of gold coins. In his past life, someone made a fortune from this exact opportunity. And completing this quest was the key to unlocking that powerful potioned recipe. Today was Emmer's first and only visit to Black Sand. After this quest, the alchemist would disappear forever. This was the one and only chance for any player to get that recipe. So, of course, he accepted. Back in the present, he eyed the monsters. These level 6 scorpions guarded the very herbs he needed. But at his current power, they were hardly a threat. With the quest done, it was the perfect chance to level his herbalism skill. He reached for a plant as a system window appeared. Skill, herbalism, Black Metal, Level 2. Effect. Increases gathering speed. Adds a 5% chance to find rare herbs. Requirement. 1 intelligence point. Cooldown. 3 seconds. Mastery. 120 out of 200. He plucked the herb and stood up, ready to press on. He took one step, then another, and froze. What was this feeling? An instant later, a colossal scorpion stinger shot out from the ground, forcing him to leap aside. As it landed, he stared in shock at the ground. Lightning, destroying, Silva. He gazed in awe at the enormous beast that emerged as a new system window materialized. A mutated beast appeared. A crystal demon scorpion. The system blared warnings, but he approached, intrigued. Where did it come from? The system revealed its identity. Level 10 with 2,800 HP. It possessed a flurry of dangerous skills. He smirked. This was getting interesting. Time to test his silver destroying blade. He charged, his weapon a blur of motion. He leaped onto its back, but the armor was impenetrable. System alert. Paralyzing lightning strike incoming. The area flashed with light. This was it. He kept striking, searching for a weak point. Another alert. The poison needle skill activated. A massive stinger lunged right for him. He dodged just in time, facing the creature. He frowned. This was tougher than he thought. He needed a new plan. Come on, Cobalt. Let's rise. A portal opened, unleashing his zombie allies. They swarmed the scorpion as he awaited his chance. System alert. The boss is using Crushing Claw. A massive claw swept his minions aside. Magic erupted in response. Feel my improved flame. The monster's health was steadily dropping. He thrust his hand forward, shouting, "Attack!" His kobolds expertly restrained the monster's claws. Seeing an opening, their leader soared into the air. His hammer smashed down on the creature's head. Double damage. A critical hit was confirmed. The effect was a massive success. The beast shrieked, its mouth wide open. He gathered energy. Its armor couldn't be pierced. Let's do this. System. The Hunter-Killer title has been detected. Attack, double damage, and magic all rose by 10%. He roared, "I'll shatter you to pieces. Prepare for your inevitable end." He unleashed a powerful stream of pure energy. In that next moment, the scorpion collapsed. He landed, kneeling. A system message confirmed his victory. He earned 560 experience points. But it rose again, transformed. A new alert flashed. The Crystal Thunder Scorpion Assassin. Level 10. It had new skills, including an undead body model, paralyzing lightning, a 1-second stun, penetrating needle, a jab dealing 10 poison damage, crushing claws, deals 250% damage, crystal lightning storm, a 360-degree blast, his passive skill, undead body. Just then, he noticed scorpions closing in on them. He smirked. What perfect timing. He declared, "Meet my newest pet." System. Crystal Lightning Storm activated. Energy erupted, striking every foe. He launched himself forward, his weapon a blur. Spinning like a whirlwind, he carved through the monsters. A critical hit. The system confirmed it. He stood amidst the chaos as the system announced, "Level up." Level 10. A new window appeared for player Ewan. His current abilities. Soul Reaper talent, Spiritual Gate at 20%. Strength 32, Dexterity 47, Spirit 53. He smiled. 2 levels at once. Feels amazing. Another alert. Silver ranked gear acquired. A lightning spear and guardian greaves, among others. He realized everything was silver ranked. This could change my parents' lives, he thought, glancing around. System. All demonic beasts in the area have been cleared. A unique, gold-ranked skill appeared as a reward. Energy crackled in the palm of his hand. A skill book materialized. This is it. Curse of Darkness. a gold-ranked skill for Soul Reapers only. He touched the book, hoping for the best. System. Skill automatically learned. Immense power surged through him, bursting into the sky. Congratulations! Exclusive skill. Curse of Darkness acquired. Eerie skulls swirled as a new window opened. Curse of Darkness, gold rank, level 1. Effect, deals or restores 20% of health. Mana 100, cooldown 10 seconds. Staring at the flame in his hand, he murmured, "A 20% heal, ... He then turned his gaze. Focusing on the scorpion's health, he unleashed the skill. Let's test this. In the next moment, health restored to 80%. He clenched his fist. The warm-up is over. Time to find my first subordinate in the main city. He paused. Wait, really? Back in reality. His mother's hand on his shoulder. Your dad's back is acting up. Go help him. He removed the helmet, looking at her. A moment later, he helped his father to the sofa. Dad, take it easy. His father groaned, flat on his stomach. His mom rushed over, scolding him. Why was he so reckless, messing with the WAC? Just call a repairman. Now his back was aching. He sighed. We have to save where we can. Remember the washer? I fixed that in minutes. This is nothing. Just a little strain. A good sleep will fix it. I have to get Tian tomorrow. Our hero watched, then quietly shut the door. The next morning, his parents heard a commotion. Is that him? What's all that noise so early? They stared as workers installed a brand new TV. A worker approached. Excuse me, are you Mr. Lin? These are from, Mr. Yoon. We installed everything as requested. Please check the delivery. They just stared, bewildered. His mother whispered, Am I dreaming? What's happening? Meanwhile, the main character was at the gym. An employee approached him. Sir, about our VIP package, ... Double quotes, ... A full year paid up front? He handed over his card, okay? He'd sold his old gear, ... Paid for renovations and a family gym plan. After all, his family needed to train for what was to come. The employee glanced at the card, her cheeks flushing. He's been working out so hard. Asterisk, ... But he's not even sweating. What an amazing physique. Then her eyes widened in shock. This is a premium card for accounts over 5 million. Just then, his phone rang. Yeah, that's right. It's prize money from a tournament. You guys rest, I'll get Tian. The employee stared at the card. Asterisk, he's so young and already so successful. Asterisk. Later, at Shushui No. 1 High School, the bell rang and students poured out. School's out? Let's hit the PC cafe. We need a team. As Tan walked on, her friends chattered behind her. Hey, it's my birthday. Come over later. My brother got my favorite cake. Another girl sighed. You're so lucky. An older brother sounds amazing. I'm so jealous. I wish I had one. ... Tan looked down. Asterisk a brother? Yeah. Right, she remembered him, always glued to his games. Back then, she thought having a brother was the worst. Just then, a boy blocked her path. Tan, our school's idol. We've tried to invite you out, but you always say no. Robert smirked, his arms crossed. This time, they'd shown up themselves. She needed to show a little respect. She met his gaze. What do you want? Her friends whispered, Who are these guys? Robert leaned in, gesturing to her. Your skin looks so smooth. Let me touch it. But she smacked his hand away. Don't you dare. Get your hands away from me. She pointed a finger at him. If you try that again, I'll call the police. He struck her from behind. You don't deserve any respect. She cried out and fell. Her classmates gasped. Representative. Robert raised his arm again, shouting, Why so sensitive? Stop pretending to be innocent. Tan flinched, covering her face. Suddenly, a firm hand caught his wrist. Who gave you permission to touch my sister? Tan's eyes widened. Yuan? Robert wrenched his hand back. Who the heck is this guy? The other bullies stepped up. Looks like someone needs to be taught a lesson. You must be tired of living. Let's break his arm first." But in the next instant, a fist connected with Phil's jaw. A flurry of strikes followed. A swift kick sent Robert to the ground. The students stared, completely stunned. After a moment, the main character said simply, "Let's go." As they walked, Tan looked at her brother. "Why did you come today?" "All he ever does is play games." "So why now?" He replied, "Dad hurt his back." "Mom's at home with him." Tan gasped in alarm. "Hurt his back? Is it serious?" He casually put his hands in his pockets. "No, nothing major." They continued on their way. Tan couldn't recall the last time they'd talked like this. It felt a little strange. Then, girls' voices called out to her. "Class president." They hurried over, buzzing with questions. "Is that really your brother?" "He's not the lazy guy you described." "I had no idea Senior Yen was so cool. Why'd you keep him a secret?" Tan glanced at him. Asterisk him? Cute? Murmurs spread through the crowd. "Who is he?" "He's so handsome." "He's a senior and way better looking than any other guy here." Tan was baffled. Asterisk he's popular? A girl shyly approached him with a smile. "Hello." He nodded in return. Tan thought, asterisk, when did he get so tall? I never noticed. Asterisk. Asterisk, and does he have muscles? No wonder he took care of those guys so easily. Asterisk. Her classmate waved goodbye. Tan waved back. "See you tomorrow." She then noticed her brother had sat down, patting the spot next to him. Blushing, she waved her hands dismissively. "It's okay. I can walk just fine." "What is he up to?" "Not like this. Front of everyone." He pulled her close, her eyes widening in surprise. He lifted her onto his back as she yelped, "Wait!" He simply said everyone had left. "Don't push yourself if you can't walk." Her ankle, ... from when she was pushed. When did he even notice that? Arriving at the apartment, he announced their return. Tan was on the phone with their parents. Her father's voice was relieved. "The important thing is you're both home." While he washed the dishes, her mom whispered, "Look at your brother. He's a completely different person, isn't he?" Her husband couldn't help but agree. "He even cooks and buys appliances," her mother added with a smile. Their bond felt warm again, just like their childhood. So much had changed. Tan, beside her, suddenly asked, "Really?" She thought, what a curious guy. Maybe he really has changed. Just then, the main character announced everything was ready. Taking off his apron, he stated, "I'll be in my room." The door clicked shut. What did she even expect from him? He was still a reclusive gamer after all. But the door opened again. He handed her some pills. "Take these after your shower. They'll help with your recovery." He then retreated. "I'm going to play, so don't bother me unless it's important." Tan clutched the pills, a small smile on her face. Incredible. As if anyone would dare disturb him. Their mother asked, "See? You two have gotten much closer. So what happened at school?" She deflected. "Nothing, Mom. I'm taking a shower." In his room, the main character let out a deep sigh. He sank into his chair. Finally. Chores are done for now. His eyes locked onto the helmet. Time to log back into the game. In the windy sands, his arrival cracked the very ground beneath him. With a serious gaze, he scanned the horizon. Time to find and eliminate that rat. The system confirmed his location. His attention fell on a building where a man groveled on the ground. "Honorable officer, I swear, this is a huge misunderstanding." An officer's boot held him down. Silence. "Stop your lying. Prepare to repent in prison." The officer then glanced aside. Something felt ... off. Was it just his imagination? Nearby, hidden from view, the main character watched. Street patrols have a keen sense for trouble, he thought, and calculating the time for my sin level to reset. ... I... singled quotes. LL need to stay in the shadows for 3 more days. A smirk played on his lips. But this is the perfect chance to visit ... an old friend. Later, in a church, a man named Lawrence raised his hand. "In the name of God, your past is washed away. From this moment, your soul will be as pure as the first snow." A sacred light illuminates his path. The rite begins. Just then, a man knelt. Our hero arrived, claiming to be from a house of charity. Their eyes met. He added that he'd heard a rumor about a patient in dire need. He came to offer his aid. They welcomed any help. Knight Douglas was unwell. All right. Elsewhere, Douglas Wayne lay bedridden. He recognized him, a member of a legendary knightly order, the Order of the Scorpion Lions. In a past life, at level 15, he had struggled for a golden weapon from this very man. He approached. Sir, Douglas, I am here to cure the poison in your body. Douglas eyed his level 10 status. He sat up, smirking. Just a level 10 mage? Even a street guard is stronger than you. Then he was suddenly overcome by his affliction. The main character was blunt. The poison is ravaging your organs. Without my treatment, you have 1 month. Douglas fell silent, considering. To create the cure, I need 1,000 rotten fish oil. If you're not afraid to fall, try the filthy clay desert. A system notification appeared. A quest from Douglas. Accept quest. Douglas's request. Level, gold objective, obtain 1,000 rotten fish oil and cure Douglas. Of course, he soon reached the filthy clay desert. The pond swarmed with grotesque fish. System, elite rotten fish, level 15. HP, 3,500. Skills included fish, curse, and resonance. The guild members scrambled back in terror. They screamed, "Wait! These things have ... razor-sharp teeth." In a flash, an archer was hit. He cried out, falling to the ground. The fish unleashed a pulse of energy. He barely dodged the blast. But others plunged into the water, ... crying for help. System. Tail wave jump activated. The fish whipped its tail, its jaws opening wide. Ching braced himself, staring into the monster's maw. It's over! But in that instant, our hero appeared. He grabbed Ching's collar, tossing him to safety. Stay out of this. Mana gathered in his palm. A blast of magic erupted. He then slammed his hand to the ground. Ching recovered, his eyes wide. Did he make it? He turned and yelled, "Wait!" He searched for the main character. Where did that hero vanish to? Just then, our hero gathered his power, unleashing multiple attacks. He struck every monster in his way. Enraged monsters lunged. Ching shouted, "Great hero! Be careful, model." Is this all? Pathetic creatures. His blade flashed. Then, what is he? He's facing 5, but he's alone. Their group skill. Ching froze. Energy started to gather. The hero paused. Group skill activated. A venomous fog appeared. It causes confusion, but a pathetic trick. Rise, giant wolf. His beast emerged. Use your howl. The wolf howled loudly. They're all stunned. Nil. Mask awakening. Fog immunity. A mask appeared. Face your end. Critical hits landed. You must vanish. Standing on a pile, too slow. Rot underground forever. Fools. He threw his blade. A huge blast erupted. Wow, it's not over. Forward, Thunder Scorpion. Crystal Storm activated. A slashing wave. Energy erupted everywhere. The next moment, Rowan despaired. It's useless. There are too many. Just then, who said I'd fight 'em all? They were baffled. What? The scorpion's target is the female's stomach. The males turned on each other. A frenzy erupted among the fish. He recalled their weakness. A female's final moment. She releases a potent scent that drives the males wild. They guard the eggs, attacking everything in sight. He smirked. He'd use this to have them defeat themselves. A monster lunged. Ching yelled, "Sir, watch out!" Its jaws snapped close. Ching cried, "What is that thing?" The female, it's enormous. The hero just smiled, right on schedule. He commanded ghost wolves, attack. At his gesture, spectral wolves swarmed the beast. He noted, just as expected from a level 15 elite. Even 6 wolves weren't enough. He drew his blade, adding, but if they can't hold it, this gets much easier. Instantly, a system alert appeared. Elite fish vanquished. With a swift arc, he opened the creature's underside. Like this, he declared, grabbing some eggs. Ching asked, Master, what are you doing? He ordered the lead wolf, take that to the center stone. In a flash, the wolf landed perfectly. Exactly, he praised. The wolf let out a mighty howl. The hero commanded, gather them. The monsters swarmed the location. Now, lure all the males. The scent hit them, they're mesmerized, he declared. He knew the eggs were an irresistible lure for the males. His plan, create a beacon to drive the entire school mad. But that wasn't all. He gathered his energy, declaring, this isn't enough. Go! Let them taste this. More of his undead forces emerged. The main character urged, advance! As the undead clashed, Rowan shouted, is that the male's blue poison? He confirmed it. The males carried a sack of blue toxin. It was remarkably similar to capsaicin. That toxic scent was a danger signal to their own kind. Suddenly, the monsters panicked, scattering wildly. An alley gasped, they're keeping 5 meters away. They're terrified, he added. And they aren't immune to their own poison. Once exposed, their fate is sealed. Ching cheered, they're gone. The fish are all gone. The hero announced, time to finish the mini-quest and get our loot. And with that, he leaped from the cliff. The others watched in awe. He cleared the zone by himself. Incredible. Ching bowed deeply, overjoyed. I would follow him anywhere. In moments, he was harvesting the spoils, saying, done. He returned to the cliff as the system chimed in. He'd gained 12,000 experience. Level 11 achieved. His past life's battles, he mused, were the reason for the swift victory. With the battle won, he removed his mask. It had been a lifesaver. A one-time use item, costing 5 gold coins. Pricey, but worth it. He then summoned the quest reward. A system alert appeared. Rotten fish oil, 1,000 grams. Sourced from a desert fish, a key ingredient for healing potions. Its effect, magically restoring even the most terrible wounds. Afterwards, the hero noticed a red orb. Oh, I almost forgot about this. The system displayed its info. Wave Caressa nose, a silver-grade armor. A squishy sphere made of fish skin that glows, vibrates, and makes a sound. Its effect, it releases fish pheromones, panicking aquatic creatures. The hero stared at it, completely baffled. The quest rewards are great, he mused. But this design is definitely a developer's practical joke. How could something so useful look just like a clown's nose? Just then, Ching rushed over, amazed. Whoa, it glows and moves. That's so cool. The hero asked, you actually like this thing? Ching beamed, it's totally unique, sir. Please, let me buy it from you. Just name your price. Rowan quickly intervened, my apologies. He's always like this. Giving Ching a sidelong glance, the hero simply said, it's a gift. Just take it. Wait, Ching insisted. You have to let me pay for it. It's not worth anything, he replied as magnificent wings sprouted from his back, leaving Ching speechless. Sir, ... are you a real angel? Rowan watched, thinking, an angel? Who would ever pay for that ridiculous item? Later at the church, he applied the potion to Douglas's chest. Douglas jolted up in surprise. What is this? Staring at the hero, he said, I can't believe you actually managed to do it. A system notification confirmed it. Golden Quest, Douglas's request, was complete. The reward appeared, a golden weapon, the green spirit blade. He held the sword in his hands. Finally, ... the green spirit blade. The first gold weapon I ever got in my past life. The system window detailed its stats: Green Spirit Blade, a gold tier weapon, plus 150 attack power, plus 150 magic damage, and plus 100 intelligence. It came with a special skill, Cursed Seal of the Green Spirit. With a range of up to 150 meters, it deals 150% damage, has no cooldown, and only costs 10 mana. He knew the basic stats were decent, but its acquired skill was the real prize. The Cursed Seal was incredibly powerful in battle, thanks to its hidden effects. Every strike secretly builds up green spirit energy inside the target. And on the third hit, it unleashes a devastating 250% bonus damage. In his memories, this very blade had helped him conquer the Western Desert, making him the region's greatest mage. As he admired the weapon, another notification popped up: a reputation reward, plus 1,000 reputation in the main city, and plus 500 with the Scorpion Knights. It's less rep than I got last time, he thought, but it's more than enough to get around the city. He spotted another system window. What? There's more? The window glowed. His brilliant quest completion earned him an NPC affinity reward, plus 10 with Douglas. He thought everything feels different now. Douglas smiled warmly. My brother, without you, I wouldn't have lasted a month. The protagonist replied it was the least I could do. Douglas's expression shifted. As thanks, I must warn you. The main character wondered, is this because of the hidden story? Douglas spoke gravely. If you meet someone named Quincy, stay away. The protagonist froze. Quincy is my teacher. What did you say? Douglas gasped. Your teacher? He concealed his class. But he's a soul reaper, isn't he? He shot up from the bed. The protagonist asked, how did you know? He thought, my profile is hidden. Even Quincy couldn't see my class. Douglas explained, I was a knight in the Scorpion Tail Order. We answered only to the king on secret missions, one of which was hunting soul reapers. For this, I learned a unique skill: darkness recognition. The protagonist repeated, darkness recognition? It's a special skill of the Scorpion Tail, he said. When a soul reaper appears, we sense their presence nearby. The closer they are, the stronger the signal? The main character asked. So, you've known everything from the very start. He realized there are skills designed just to fight soul reapers. Douglas looked at his hand. No. The poison impaired my senses. I didn't notice at first, but now that I'm well, I know everything. I can sense the Dark Lord's presence. There is no way to hide it. The Dark Lord, our hero asked. This is a tale from the distant past. Legends speak of 5 gods: the god of light, the god of moon shadow, the god of nature, the god of water, and the god of the soul. But there was a 6th, the Dark Lord. He was called the King of the Departed, the most powerful god. Sensing his power, the Dark Lord gave his followers immense dark energy. He twisted their class, turning them into soul reapers, forcing them to obey his will. The soul reapers spread plagues, causing millions to perish, and turned the fallen into mindless puppets, unleashing havoc. The world united to resist, destroying his temples and burning every record. All soul reapers were vanquished. The class itself was forbidden. He touched his chest. That same kind of soul reaper poisoned me. I suffered for 10 long years. I had resigned myself to my fate. And then you appeared. The protagonist's mind reeled. In my past life, I was a simple mage. I never imagined the legends held such a terrible secret. So that's why soul reapers are forbidden. Good thing I kept my profile hidden. Things have become far more complicated now. Model. He hoped solving this problem would reveal clues about the capital's emblem. But if the Dark Lord's presence is exposed, his own class will be revealed. He turned to his companion. Douglas, is there a way to avoid the Scorpion Tail's Dark Order? He clenched his fist. Only if Quincy helps you. But if he knew the truth, you'd be finished. A soul reaper took his wife. That's why you must stay away from him. Later in the rocky desert, our hero walked on, a system notification confirming his return. 10 minutes ago, Douglas had erupted. Are you insane? Going to Quincy? He wants to tear every Soul Reaper apart. The main character simply said he had no choice. If he couldn't handle the Dark Lord's aura, he would be in serious trouble. This presence had to be dealt with. Suddenly, a flash of energy shot toward him. He turned slightly. What? He dodged to the side, demanding. What is this? Fei Long appeared. I've been waiting. Finally caught you. Fahu smiled. Last time was an ambush. Today, I brought 30 of my brothers. He casually slung his weapon over his shoulder. Fei Long stepped up. So, are you ready to meet your end? Fahu grinned. When I take your head, make sure to scream loudly. I really want to hear it. Just then, a tiny drone buzzed overhead. The Blood Guild had just started a live stream. The guild leader's voice boomed. Welcome, lucky viewers. You've caught our special stream. Vijo added with a smirk. Today, we'll show you how we discipline this guy. Viewers climbed to 212. The chat exploded with surprise. What? The Blood Guild is targeting another newbie on a live broadcast? Wow, 30 against 1. Talk about unlucky to cross their path. Wait, I think I know him. He's kind of handsome. Too bad he's about to be history. But then our heroes spoke. Just a bunch of grunts. Since you've come seeking your own downfall, I'll just have to defeat you all over again. The viewers went wild. Whoa, he's bold. Defeat the Blood Guild again? He thinks he's a big shot. Selling popcorn here, waiting for the main event? Vailong's face twisted with rage. Get him! The fighters charged. A mage unleashed an electric spell. An archer took aim, shouting, It's over for you! A system window appeared. Malicious attack detected. 15-minute counter enabled. Eliminating attackers in this window will not affect his morality score. The protagonist raised his sword before him. A confident smirk spread across his face. 15 minutes? I could beat them 3 times over. My undead legion. Come out and play. In the next instant, his army materialized. With a wave of his hand, he said, You call that pathetic spark lightning? He effortlessly deflected the bolt, then gave a new command. Thunder Scorpion, poison them. The scorpion surged forward, its stinger piercing an attacker. In a flash, the Crimson Guild's leader roared. Warriors, fall back and defend. Mages, unleash your spells. Archers and bandits, fire at will. Instantly, magical energy surged. More power, they cried. A storm of lightning gathered, crackling in one mage's staff, then blasting toward our hero's army. A shower of arrows rained down, striking the summoned ranks. The viewer count dropped from 212 to 168 as the chat buzzed. A level 8 team taken down by a simple summon? Pathetic. Another newbie show-off. Let's bet on how long he'll last. Just then, Fei Long stood up, scoffing. So what if he summons the Fallen? Even that beast won't save him. Fahu added with a smirk. Today, he is finished. But our hero just grinned. Really? The leader's eyes narrowed at that smile. In the next moment, a mage stepped forward, then let out a terrified shriek. The ground gave way beneath them, a swirling vortex of sand pulling them under. In the ensuing chaos, a cobalt chieftain emerged from the sands, attacking everyone in its path and causing them to cry out in fear. Cries for help echoed as the guild leaders watched in stunned disbelief. The spectator count surged to 302. The chat exploded. What's happening? An attack from underground? His summons are coordinated. Who called this guy a newbie? Looks like they're the ones getting wrecked. Laughter filled the chat. Then a mage shouted, Be careful! There's poison. Cleanse the wound before you heal. But it was too late. A wave of energy from our heroes struck them down. In a flash, our hero's sword met a hidden foe who gasped in surprise. How did you know? He's too powerful. The others screamed in terror. All our tanks are down. We have to escape. Fahu's face twisted with pure rage. Useless fools. He launched himself forward, roaring, "I'll take care of him myself." The main character channeled power into his blade. Have a taste of this. Countless skulls surged forward. The green soul curse was unleashed. Fahu froze, his eyes wide with terror. What is that power? Our hero drifted past him, whispering, "Execute." Then he counted. 3, 2, 1. A moment later, Fahu's form shattered into light. Placing a hand on his sword, our hero said, "An old friend comes in handy." Viewers skyrocketed to 5-100-50-8. The chat was just one word. What? Did he use a cash item? The boss went out like a firework. He wanted to tear him apart. Now he's the one in pieces. A system message announced Fahu had physically disconnected from the stream. Only one was left standing. He wondered if he was hallucinating. In just a few days, his opponent had become a demon. Then, our hero's gaze fell upon him. The Crimson Guild's leader screamed, begging, "Please don't eliminate me." At that very moment, "Now," he whispered, "you will understand despair." With that, his blade delivered the final strike. He declared that it was all over. His eyes then fell upon the insect. "I almost forgot about you." A silent flash erupted in the sky. So much quieter now. Later, within a towering skyscraper, ... A chat feed exploded with questions. What was that glitch? Who is that guy? He is unbelievably strong. I saw him take down a giant wolf myself. Where can I find him? I need to meet him. He's in the Rocky Desert, I think. The Mercenary Guild issued an S-class invitation. He set down his drink. This immortal world. Nothing but dust and stone. Quincy leaned back, resting against a weathered barrel. The main character entered, sighing. "It's him again. I'm not in the mood to train anyone today. Besides, I'm not looking for work right now." He approached Quincy. "I need to speak with you." A system alert chimed, revealing his presence. In a heartbeat, Quincy's bottle crashed to the ground, shattering. His face twisted with fury. "A Soul Reaper!" he seethed. "How long has it been since one dared to approach me?" With those words, pure energy gathered in his palm, then erupted in a powerful blast. Barrels splintered around him, shards hurtling toward the protagonist. He dodged with impossible grace. So fast, Quincy thought in shock. In the next instant, a blade was at Quincy's throat. "Can we talk now? What could you possibly want?" Quincy growled as Douglas's words came to mind. "In the age of despair, under the Lord of Darkness, ... double quotes, ... the immortal world was drowning in sorrow. Quincy and his wife rose up, fighting the Dark Lord's champion. In that final battle, the Reaper fell. But with his last breath, he laid a curse upon Quincy's wife. Darkness consumed her soul, erasing her past, turning her into a mindless beast. To have any hope of saving his wife, Quincy had to contain that darkness. But the battle had left him barely able to stand. Everyone believed he was broken, but instead he announced a secret quest. "Whoever can save my wife will receive all my worldly wealth, and a Soul Reaper can sever the dark connection, a gift from the one who is vanquished." But Quincy's true plan was deception. He would use the reward to lure them in, save his wife, and make the Reapers pay for everything. Yet of the 158 who accepted the challenge, none have ever returned. "Tell me about this mission," the main character demanded. Quincy's eyes remained closed. "Fine. I was expecting company anyway. It's time for a game with my beloved." Just then, the system pinged. Quincy's mission, ... detected. Asterisk, do you wish to participate? Mission name, Soul of the Departed Wife. Objective, free Quincy's wife. Soothe her spirit. Time limit, 10 days. Difficulty, silver. I accept. He walked toward the door as Quincy wished him luck. Quincy smirked. Let's see if he can even crawl back here alive. And so, a little while later, north of Duststone City stood the memorial spire. The hero advanced, his zombie squad in tow. He stopped, sensing the challenge ahead. 5 floors, he thought, with the city's guardians rest. Just then, a creature burst from its crypt, but his scorpion companion struck it down instantly. Restless spirits appear here often, he mused. The higher the floor, the greater the challenge. The first floor holds guardians from levels 1 to 3. The 4th is home to powerful ghouls of level 10. In a flash, they arrived at the portal. Straight to the 4th floor, he commanded. He moved onward, hearing strange sounds in the gloom. A ghoul appeared, walking on the wall. Others unleashed a freezing aura. A system window appeared. Elite Ghoul, level 10. HP 2000, attack 400, skills, infected bite and frozen tear. The ghoul lunged, its fangs glowing with a corrupting light. The hero smirked. Let's begin. His scorpion unleashed its earth-slitting claw skill. It sent one ghoul flying, then its tail swept away several more. Energy blazed around him as he yelled, "Strike!" He pierced through one ghoul and soared forward. In the next second, he was a blur of motion, attacking multiple ghouls. "Almost forgot about you," he said to the last one. He landed, stepping on its head. System notice. Your level has increased to 12. He glanced at the fallen monsters. That was faster than I thought. Shame my revival spell doesn't work on these corrupted forms. Suddenly, a powerful energy flared behind him. A massive magical beam slammed into the wall. He barely leaped aside. What was that? The light enveloped him, pulling him to another place. He landed on solid ground and scanned his surroundings. A chained capsule hovered in the air. A new location? Inside, a vengeful spirit stirred. She laughed. Finally, you have arrived. In an instant, the capsule and chains shattered. She hovered in the air. Fresh energy. System. Vengeful Ghost Lord, HP 6000. Skills. Wither Blossom, Banshee Roar. The hero realized this must be the 5th floor. The spirit shrieked, "I will tear you to pieces." He blocked her furious assault. System warning, Wither Blossom activated. In a heartbeat. Thorny tendrils shot from her feet. He dodged the toxic spray. "Such simple tactics are useless against me," he declared. With those words, he unleashed a flurry of sword strikes. He sliced through the tendrils. A piercing shriek erupted. System, Succubus Roar skill activated. An area attack, no, She's summoning something. The powerful roar echoed through the chamber. He frowned as a skeletal hand burst from the ground. Could these be the lost NPCs of Duststone Hail? More rose up. Not just NPCs, but fallen players too. She's raising an army. The ranks of the fallen grew, and there are more skeletons behind that door. This boss had more tricks up her sleeve. He commanded his minions, block that entrance. The kobolds obeyed instantly. He had a plan. My forces can handle these pawns. Activate craving. System. Craving status initiated. Their eyes glowed fiercely. Chieftain, attack now. They moved as one. System, Earth-Cleaving Claw activated. The ground split apart, racing towards the boss. The chieftain then unleashed its crushing strike. But the ghost floated up, easily dodging the blow. She glanced up as rocks rained from the ceiling. Dodging again, she paused. Spiritual beings, he noted. Can phase right through solid objects. And they're resistant to physical strikes. He gathered his power, but my attacks are different. With that, he launched his own assault. Spectral skulls flew forward. Curse of the Green Soul. She began to move with incredible new speed. More could emerge any second. He had to end this fast. He revealed a special ring. Time to slow you down. He equipped it. System. Ring of Paralysis equipped. Ring of Paralysis. Silver tier, HP plus 10. Magic plus 100. Agility and Intellect plus 15. Skill. Paralytic Toxin. A 5% chance to halt a target for 3 seconds. Without a moment's hesitation, he charged forward, unleashing the toxin. The boss froze. System, paralytic toxin activated. He smirked. And that's not all. His next blow sent the spirit spiraling to the ground. He landed lightly, not bad at all. The curse was already draining her speed. He raised his hand. Wolf roar. His companion howled. A shockwave erupted. System, target is stunned. 5 seconds is more than enough time for me. He readied his blade once more. Let's see how much you can really take. Her life points plummeted. In an instant, a powerful blast hit his forces. He braced for the impact. A gamut to collapse the tomb. His army was a third smaller. Time to end this now. No! She shrieked back. Her health rapidly drained away. Victory 800 experience. He walked over and asked, "Is it over?" A ghost appeared. Then, in a flash, an item materialized in his hand. System, the beloved's ring. A cherished symbol of love. He wondered, is this it? But then he saw a book. This was a Soul Reaper's skill. The training was available to him, a gift sealed long ago. The skill loaded into his memory. As he held the ancient book, brilliant light filled the entire room. System, final blast unlocked. It causes a 60% fire explosion. It needs 100 mana, a worthy trade for his forces. The power was truly impressive. Quincy stared at the ring. Sealed souls have no memories. Freedom brings them back. Was her passing peaceful? He asked. He examined the ring closely. With tears, he whispered, "Good." His greatest foe granted his wish. After his words, he bowed, offering a small box. It was time to fulfill his promise. System, the crown of darkness. It conceals his sinister aura, a unique, untradeable item. Yuan looked at the dark crown. The attributes were simple, but it was exactly what he needed. With this crown, he could conquer the Scorpion Order. The system asked. Yuan simply said, "Yes." Instantly, magical light enveloped his body. He was one step closer to the truth, arriving in Sanwind City. The city was a bustling hub for guilds of all sizes. People were making wild promises to attract new members. Guild recruitment was in full swing, seeking new fighters. Invitations came, but only from the strongest guilds. Yuan checked the system window, seeing the guild rankings. Only 10 top guilds. The man he sought was likely in one. As a newcomer to Sandywines City, it would be tough. Joining a top guild wouldn't be easy. He needed a plan. Walking through the city, Yuan suddenly cornered someone. An armored knight startled, his body trembling slightly. Yuan moved closer, his blade a silent threat from behind. "Who are you?" The young man was speechless, frozen for a moment. Then he spun around, his face lit up. "God, Yuan, it's you." Qing reached out with excitement. Yuan sidestepped and Qing stumbled to the ground. "You are?" Qing, still calling him a god, was amazed to be remembered. Yuan stepped forward again. "You know my name?" Qing scrambled up, pointing. "I saw you on the guild stream." It was from the Crimson Guild's broadcast. He mentioned reading 1,000 comments about him. He even spent 2 million to upgrade facial recognition tech. Awaiting praise, he heard Yuan ask, 2 million? You spent that much just to find me? Qing looked confused. Is that really a lot? The Han Corporation spends 100 million on tests. Han Corporation, the trillion-dollar tech giant. This man's connections, how much did he really know? Perhaps he needed to be silenced right here. "God, Yuan, team up with me!" Qing suddenly shouted. They found a nest of iron-eating iguanas, and all they need is ... it. But before he could finish, he tripped over a rock, falling right at Yuan's feet. Yuan turned to leave. "Don't follow me." Why deal with this clumsy fan? But Qing just laughed. "You're right. A master like you can handle anything alone? The Ebony Guild's third team will be scouting newcomers. Perform well and they might recruit you. Yuan checked the system. The Ebony Guild was ranked 10th. Ching sighed. Looks like I'll have to go by myself. Suddenly, Yuan paused. When is this hunt? Ching spun around. What did he just say? Yuan asked about the hunt. It starts tomorrow morning? He ran forward, hands raised in triumph. But the protagonist simply said, Cao Mi Ling Yuan. Regardless, it was time to prepare. Later, smoke rose from the vulture bandits' camp. Then, without warning, a fiery blast erupted. Yuan knew the Lord was near. He stood among fallen creatures, eyeing the system window. They were vulture bandit zombies, level 12, with 1600 health. Their skills, sickle toss and resurrection. More griffins swarmed him. He readied himself for a fight. Suddenly, a new wave of griffins descended. Yuan raised his hand. Attack! His magical power flared to life. The system announced his sickle toss skill. The weapon flew, shattering his foes on impact. One griffin gaped in surprise, leaving an opening. And our hero's sword met its mark. He shouted, It's over for you! The system confirmed. Bandit leader and 3 griffins, down. Then, 3 more, for a total of 10 griffins defeated. He stopped, looking at the throne. The lead griffin had vanished. System. Vulture Bandit Lord, level 19. Skills included sickle toss, stealth, and backstab. The backstab skill had just been used. He knew it was time to activate Wraith Burst. He roared at the monsters, Vanish! Magical green energy shot from his eyes. A moment later, a huge blast cleared the entire area. After the flash, a lone griffin shrieked. The protagonist moved in an instant, targeting his next foe. His shadow glove struck its chest. You're finished. And just like that, several more bright flashes of light erupted. The system confirmed it. The Vulture Lord was defeated. It was all over. Congratulations. You are now level 13. Dark Cuss, a level 3 gold item. 60 mana, 60-second cooldown. Wraith Burst, level 2. Explodes the zombie, dealing immense fire damage. 100 mana with a 10-second cooldown. Mastery, 2 out of 1/100. He paused, processing it all. The system asked, Would you like to use this skill upgrade? He answered with confidence, Yes. He nodded, quite pleased. His dark curse hit level 3. The army was ready. 130 minions. Level 15. Impressive. Its skills were powerful. Then, level 19. Incredible stats appeared. Plus, it had poison claws. He checked the system. It was the gang leader. A bonus skill? The direwolf gained one. Do lords get skills too? The hunt starts soon. Time to prepare. A noise echoed in the cave. A sudden flash of light. A golden knight? He joked. Ching showed his new armor. He promised he'd be useful. And then his belt snapped. Our hero was so embarrassed. Yuan found it... unique. Very unusual. Ching insisted it was fashion. His helmet blinded him. Then, Ching tripped hard. Suddenly, he crashed right into someone. A giant glared down. You hurt? He grinned. It was Kwe, a level 15 guild leader. Ching was terrified. His smile was menacing. Our hero yanked him back. Ditched the armor. Ching just grinned sheepishly. Kwe watched them, wary. Kwe fumed internally. How dare he stare? Someone yelled, Hanking! A photo was checked. He pointed. That's him? The whole team laughed. Is this a cosplay show? They mocked. That's the guy, he waved. They're the Ebony Guild's top dogs? He just wants to say hi. A blade appeared at his throat. Enough. Newbies' names didn't matter. They weren't there on merit. It was their captain's mercy. Yuan frowned. What's this? Koi asked. Respect our guests. Just kidding, he stammered. He sheathed his sword. Don't get used to his kindness. Be grateful, understand? Ching nodded eagerly. We will. All right, positions. Roll call. Andre was stunned. The main guild? Rank hunters? Yuan mused. Don't fail us, a teammate muttered. Does he think we're rookies? Yuan wondered. The captain led the way. Everyone's here. There's no time to waste. Prepare yourselves quickly. Relax, you're with the Blackwood Guild now. The guild roared and followed their leader. A guy then noticed Ching's red flag. He waved it. Keep up, Yuan. Slime's ahead. Is this a picnic to you? He followed, then smiled. That foul scent. Deeper inside. They reached a fork in Bloodscale Cave. Still no sign of any ironbiters. They were nocturnal, hiding deep inside. Captain, which way now? He smirked. We're splitting up. Panic erupted. Split up? Seriously? But what about the danger? A level 16 elite? Everyone, calm down. There is no need to worry. The captain already scouted ahead. He explored it all before we arrived. He really checked everything? A knight asked. Kai smiled. That's right. The scent of iron gnaws filled the middle path. That way is perilous. The others are clear, but danger means greater rewards. To balance risk and reward. He proposed his guild take the middle path. His guildmates praised the decision. After all, their caution was renowned. As third captain of the Ebony Guild, his word was law. Our protagonist pointed, declaring they'd take the left path. Kuei immediately relayed the order to his group. The others agreed, wondering about their companions. Who would join Ching and Yuan? The guild members judged the pair by their appearances. While they argued, Kuei suggested the two go alone. Unfortunately, even a captain couldn't force others to join them. Yuan turned to Ching and they set off as the captain smirked. What fools. Sometime later. Water began to drip from the cave ceiling. Ching shivered, telling Yuan something felt wrong. He felt an intense gaze on him, growing stronger. Yuan grinned. So you finally noticed. There's definitely something here, Ching gasped. But Kuei said it was safe. Yuan just smiled back. Do you really trust him so much? In an S-rank hunt with so many rookies, they were clearly bait. Ching asked, then why us? But before he could finish, the protagonist finished the question for him. Why didn't I expose them? He then grabbed a slime from the wall and hurled it away. Yuan claimed it was just a coincidence. Suddenly, a loud noise echoed from the darkness. At the cave's end, glowing red eyes appeared. The system identified them, ironbiters. An elite-class monster, level 16. With iron tails and rusty shields, they crawled forward. Suddenly, a team member slammed his sword into the ground. Bright flames erupted surrounding the monsters. In a flash, a creature was sliced in two. Another member noted how the bait attracts and weakens the monsters. It was making everything much easier. The captain couldn't believe they fell for his plan so easily. He laughed, explaining that once the newcomers were gone, the other monsters would be nearly defeated. Then, their team would collect all the rewards. They would get double the prize with minimal effort. Ching tensed, wondering who are they roaring at. The Iron Tail strike skill flared to life. It was a powerful, metallic blow. Next, the scimitar toss was unleashed. The weapon soared 10 meters through the air. It returned, striking again for 60% power. Then, stealth activated, making him semi-invisible. He was now harder to detect. The backstab skill triggered, an attack from behind dealing 80% damage. Ching was stunned. When did he summon zombies? This was even more amazing than the swamp battle. It was absolutely unbelievable. Yuan spoke again. Didn't I mention I was preparing? Ching was speechless. What? He managed all this in less than a day. The 55 ironbiters were gone. The main character simply said, they've done well. Ching felt a surge of envy. When would he be that strong? Suddenly, he heard a strange rumble. An earthquake? He shouted Yuan's name in alarm, then stopped himself. He's busy, I should check. I can't keep bothering him. I need to be useful. As Andre turned, he realized the sound came from the cave's dark corner. He stopped. The ground wasn't shaking anymore. Without warning, a massive vine erupted from the ground. Andre was flung aside, looking on in sheer shock. The monster's giant tongue waved menacingly. What was happening? He braced for a fight, but the vine shoved him down as he cried for help. It wrapped around his body, lifting him into the air. Ching screamed, gripped by pure fear. But then he saw a bright green flash of light. In one clean motion, Yuan sliced the vine to pieces. Just some beast from the earth. How dare it pull these tricks in my presence? The monster recoiled as Yuan grabbed Ching, pulling him back. Once safe, Ching gasped out the protagonist's name. That's a real monster. We have to get away from here. But suddenly, the very earth began to fracture. Andre knew it was too late. The monster appeared right before them, roaring loudly. This was a level 20 boss. Health, 6,300. Attack, 850. Its skills included Iron Tail, an impenetrable fortress, and more. Yuan and Ching stood frozen, watching the beast's movements. Ching began to tremble. The quest mentioned an iguana ... not a boss. He apologized to Yuan, blaming himself. I'll distract it. You need to run. Yuan just smiled back. You really think this thing is a terrible monster? It was just prey. Ching was stunned. What did he just say? The beast charged, but Yuan leaped forward. Prepare to fall! Yuan Ching screamed after him, but he was already a blur of skilled attacks. He launched a spinning blade. System. Boss activated Iron Tail Strike. The creature's iron tail blocked every hit. Yuan knew this was no fair fight. He cast Heavenly Spiritual Seal. Green light filled the room. Yuan landed, his eyes fixed on the monster. It was still conscious, ready for more. He wondered if his strike had even left a mark. It roared, unleashing a poisonous seal whirlwind. The skill drained a percentage of health each second. The skill lasted 5 seconds before it unleashed a magic blast. A blinding light formed above the hero. Yuan, dodge it! Ching shrieked in terror. He moved just in time, a smoking crater left behind. This foe was far stronger than he ever anticipated. Suddenly, the iron tail appeared above him. He dodged again with a grin. Now, this is a real challenge. Rise, Eagle Lord, he commanded. The two beasts clashed. As the titans battled, Ching watched in awe. Is that undead creature ... his new follower? It was truly magnificent. System. Backstab. Boss. Impenetrable fortress. Defense surged 150% for 10 seconds. The summoned beast struck, but the iron tail deflected the blow. Watch out! The protagonist yelled to his follower. The beast retaliated. Such speed, Ching gasped. Could it have eyes on its back? The thought struck Yuan. Eyes on its back ... He replayed the entire fight in his mind. He recalled that lizards navigate by changes in light. They struggle to see an enemy that stops moving, but their other senses can detect the slightest motion. In fact, some can even use infrared to sense body heat. Their sensitivity to movement is beyond human comprehension. It was clear now. He had to set a trap. The attack from all sides. Come, let's see who's stronger. Your scales or my fireballs. As the monster roared, Yuan suddenly turned and fled. The plan was working. He just had to keep its attention on him. This is insane. Ching screamed. Its defense is impenetrable. It's too dangerous. He froze, watching Yuan charge toward the fallen creatures. As Yuan neared the husks, a confident smirk appeared. It was time to end this. The iguana, trapped and enraged, thrashed wildly. Did this mindless beast even know how to retreat? The monster opened its jaws, letting out a deafening roar. Enjoy the explosive feast, Yuan announced. The system activated his corpse explosion art skill. A thunderous crack echoed as rubble rained from above. The protagonist saw its armor had been breached. With a final cry of agony, the giant beast collapsed. Yuan leaped into the air, shouting, "Lord of the Eagles!" Darting across the rocks, he recalled the lizard's other weakness. It had a massive blind spot on its flanks. As it charged, his eagles struck from behind. The iguana shrieked as brilliant beams of light filled the cavern. This final blow would send the creature packing. Yuan aimed for the monster's weak point, and a moment later, system. Level up. Congratulations on reaching level 14. The mighty iguana was vanquished, its form dissolving into smoke. 5 minutes passed. System health restored to 85%. His dark curse skill was gold level 3, a powerful tool. It required 60 mana and had a 6-second cooldown. Using this again could elevate his dark curse to level 4. The corpse explosion had a cost, but it was absolutely worth it. The system chimed once more. Lord of the Fallen Iguana, Ironbiter, level 20. Its skills were incredible. Iron Tail Strike, Impenetrable Fortress, and more. From this day on, it would be his ultimate shield. Qing's jaw dropped. I've never seen so much loot. Are we really going to count it all? Yuan gave him a tired look. What's the rush? We still have rats to clear out. Elsewhere, the commander's team stood in a victorious haze. Smoke from vanquished foes filled the cave. Kuei smirked. Those fools weren't even a challenge. A subordinate flattered him. It was your brilliant command, sir. Not even a Lord-class monster could stand in your way. The main battle must be over. Let's go collect our prize. They rushed toward the exit, eager for their reward. But suddenly a blinding light erupted behind them. The very walls of the cavern began to shatter. The captain whirled around as his team braced for an attack. He roared, "Who's there? Who dares ambush the Ebony Guild?" Through the smoke, Yuan and Qing appeared before them. Yuan taunted, looking to collect something, perhaps yourselves? A guild member shouted, "Impossible! The iron iguanas should have handled you." Qing shot back, "How shameless." He found it disgraceful, having once thought the Ebony Guild had honor, believing they were honest and strong. But using players as bait? Unthinkable. Another member scoffed, "So what? It's an honor for fools to serve the guild's glory." The captain was completely stunned. How could they have survived? The cave was swarming with monsters. All the creatures were drawn to those other unfortunate souls. Qing yelled again, "You have absolutely no shame." The captain's anger flared. This newcomer had to be eliminated. He didn't care how they got lucky or why they survived. Their fortunate streak was now over. With those words, he charged at the two boys. Yuan yelled, "Get back!" Did he truly think he could win alone? The captain swung his weapon. Yuan parried, then suddenly stopped. The captain sneered, "What's this? Is this some kind of childish trick?" Yuan unleashed his spell, sending skeletal heads flying toward the captain. Engulfed in smoke, the captain wondered where he'd vanished. Yuan appeared from behind. "Did you really think it was so obvious?" "You are just a fool." The captain replied, "Experience teaches that luck always runs out." In a flash, he disappeared. Yuan looked ahead, confused. He found himself standing completely alone, bewildered. What was going on? Suddenly, the captain materialized behind him. With a terrifying smile, he said, "Your little journey ends now." He struck at Yuan, and a brilliant light filled the area. Qing screamed Yuan's name in terror. A guild member approached him. "Was that a good enough warm-up? Now it's your turn." Qing backed away. The captain stood over Yuan and said, "Excellent. I don't have time to play around with you. Now accept your fate." He lunged, then paused, stunned. "What's happening?" Yuan spoke again. "You're the third team leader of the Ebony Guild, aren't you?" The captain wondered how he had broken free from the attack. Yuan smiled coldly. "So this is the true level of the main city's guilds." With one hand, Yuan stopped the captain's assault. The captain's arm trembled as he cried out from the pressure. Yuan's eyes blazed with magic. He hurled the captain backwards, shattering rocks. He collapsed to the ground, coughing, XE.XS. You're a monster. He'd misjudged their strength. Don't just stand there, help me. His crew finally snapped to attention. The three of them charged Yuan, who simply smirked. So, you're just a pack of fools. How boring. With a flash step, he unleashed his power, summoning spectral eagles that snatched each guild member into the air. Ghastly skulls flew at the captain. Frozen in fear, he took the hit and cried out. He collapsed, only to hear footsteps approaching as he looked up. He begged Yuan to wait. If you defeat me here, the Ebony Guild will hunt you relentlessly. You should reconsider. Yuan glanced over at Qing, who was clinging to his leg with stars in his eyes. I knew you were invincible. You almost got wiped out for me. Yuan pushed him aside. Stay back. He then raised his sword, his voice turning cold. From what I understand, your guild isn't just arrogant to outsiders. You're harsh with your own allies. If you lose your level and weapon, they'll turn on you. How will you explain this failure? The captain's face fell. What must I do for you to spare me? Yuan had one demand. A list of his guild's top players, their classes, levels, and attributes. In his past life, the first follower used skills no one could comprehend or counter. That person must possess a very rare hidden class. His true identity remains a mystery. The captain asked, Why do you need this? Yuan's blade flashed, pinning the man's hand. He cried out in shock. The protagonist simply asked, So, will you write it or not? His wounded hand trembled. I'll do it. I'll do it now. A moment later, the list was done, and Yuan took the document. So these are the Ebony Guild's finest experts. There are a few special classes, but nothing matches the first follower's profile. The captain pleaded, Master, may we leave now? Yuan smiled. You can go. As they began to thank him, brilliant beams of magic shot forward, overwhelming them completely. You've harmed too many innocents, he declared. Now it's judgment time. A system window appeared. He'd received the Moonwash Devil's Hammer. It was a silver weapon, boosting attack power by 45 and critical strike by 30. It also gave an attack boost of 30. Its special skill increased first attack speed by 20%. He also got the Berserker Blade Dance, a bronze weapon type with an attack boost of 30 and accuracy of 20. Also received the Bronze Future Light equipment, a sleep-type item boosting magic damage and spiritual power by 20. Yuan looked around and saw Qing holding up a chest. Hey, check this out. There's still an unopened treasure here. Fine, Yuan said. I'll pick one thing. The rest is yours. Qing immediately protested. That's not fair. In that case, I should just buy it all from you. Yuan just shrugged. Do what you want. I don't need anything here, you take it. Qing agreed, saying the funds were on their way. Soon, 54 gold coins appeared in his account. Emerging from the glowing red cave, our hero knew. Just as he suspected, it was only silver equipment. In this game version, gold gear was incredibly rare. Qing approached with a warning, and Yuan asked, What is it? He explained the Ebony Guild's reputation for revenge. A loss in the game could mean trouble in reality. He offered protection, but Yuan just waved it off. They're just insects. I can handle them myself. A bit later, Yuan logged off and headed for dinner. He rose from his gaming chair and walked to the door, but opening it, he was met by a tall, imposing figure. He tensed instantly. His father held up a helmet. Is this broken? His father asked. No, it works. Everything's fine, so why did you get this thing? Turns out his mother discovered it in Linton's room. He suddenly wondered, ... Was this when she awakened? His mother appeared. Why are you two just standing there? Let's eat. During the meal, she mentioned his father's tech struggles. He was just trying to find something to talk about. He'd been messing with the helmet all day, unable to start it. His father objected, claiming he was just worried about his things. I was just making sure nothing was damaged. An idea sparked. If his parents joined the game, he could help them. When the disaster came, they would be able to defend themselves. It's not hard. I'll get you both new helmets. You too, Mom, she replied. Don't waste your money. He smiled. It's fine. By the way, is Linton back yet? His mom checked her phone. It's Friday night. She's with friends, eat. But he insisted on calling her. The call went straight to an automated message. His heart sank. She would have at least sent a text. His mother gently prompted him, "You should eat. She's likely out having dinner with her friends. We shouldn't wait." He stood up. "You two can start. I need to go buy something before the shops close." His mom was confused, but his dad just said, "Let him go. Remember how he and Linton were always together? I don't know when they grew so distant. They need to talk." His mother agreed. Yuan has trouble showing it, ... Double quotes, ... but he's still her older brother. A dark memory surfaced. He recalled his sister returning home covered in marks. She'd brushed past him coldly. "It's none of your business. Don't you dare tell our parents," he thought. This time will be different. After Linen entered the infinite world, she awakened a hidden class, but with it came trouble. Everything changed when that organization appeared. The system. A mysterious group of 9 chosen ones. Among them, a prophet could sense the chosen in the real world. He would dispatch members to invite them to join with incredible speed. The system organization became nearly invincible. Their influence in the real world was also growing, shrouded in mystery. Yet, their actions somehow maintained social stability, making their true purpose even harder to grasp. She undertook risky missions, but never told her family. He prayed that organization wasn't behind her struggles. But this time, he wouldn't let her be kept in the dark again. He went out, determined to find his sister. Soon, he spotted her in a cafe with a system representative. Hiding, he realized his worst fears were true. Linton had already made contact with them. They were too far to hear, and he couldn't risk getting closer. He hadn't used this power in a long time. He focused his mind. Activating stealth, he vanished and slipped inside. His stealth skill was level 3, 5 minutes. It would be enough. 2 men were sitting at the table with Linen. The organization's agent spoke with a serious tone. "I've laid out the facts. Now the choice is yours. This is about more than just helping our cause. When the great catastrophe arrives in 3 years, you'll be like us. You will become a protector of this world." His partner grinned. "You're scaring the poor girl. Try a friendlier tone." "This is important," he shot back. "Her future is at stake." In that moment, he sensed a presence and activated the dispel skill on his ring. A system alert appeared. Stealth would deactivate in 3 seconds. He instantly darted back behind the wall. The agent casually called to the owner, "Do you have any iced tea? I'll take another cup to go." He used a dispel skill from his ring. Those 3 seconds were just enough time. Taking a slow sip of his drink, he slid a business card to her. "Consider our offer carefully. Call this number when you've made your decision." Linen took the card, then the 2 men stood to leave. The friendly one smiled. "We'll be waiting for you. Be sure to come." As they left, he used stealth to follow them. But once on the street, they were gone. Did they just vanish? Then, something appeared. Ao Chung smashed a glass just as I thought, he muttered. "Something's off." The figure vanished just as the skill deactivated. The boy examined the spot. "Maybe I'm just being paranoid." "It's clear. You're just too tense," Chapon replied. "You really need to relax. By the way, ... do you think she'll actually join us? The clairvoyance prophecy is clear. She will appear sooner or later." The boy nodded. The clairvoyant has never been wrong. "Still, I'm more worried about which girl I'm fated to be with." "Survive the catastrophe first," Hacken warned. "Then we can talk." "That's still a long way off," came the reply. From a treetop, our hero observed them. "They're stronger than I realized. If I had stayed any longer, they would have found me. There's no place for me in this endless world. I must be more careful. It's time to disappear." A short while later, Linton bumped right into her brother. "What are you doing here?" "Just grabbing a few things," he said, holding up a bag. You haven't eaten, have you? It's late. You can't keep making Mom worry like this. Here, I bought some snacks. See if there's anything you like. As they walked, he thought, she's still just a kid. She can't even look after herself. Soon, they arrived home. Losing track of time again, their mom asked, "Did you eat? I can heat something up for you." "No, it's okay," the girl replied. "I think I'll just go lie down." Their mom then faced her son. "You haven't eaten either. I'll make something for you both." In her room, Linton fell onto her bed, her thoughts swirling. It hit her that strange things only started happening after she played that game. A flashback, fighting giant mantises with Shia. "Run!" Sia screamed. She drew their attention, but one of them lunged, attacking relentlessly. "Get her out of here!" Linton yelled. "I can hold them off. I'm on the front lines. I can't just run away." She charged forward, desperately parrying the monster's furious attacks. Suddenly, another mantis ambushed her from behind, landing a heavy hit. A system window flashed. Hidden ability activated. A new power surged through her as she fought back the monsters. Creating some distance, she unleashed her Blade of Dawn skill. That feeling, was it real? She felt her own body changing in the real world. If what Hawkins said is true, if a catastrophe is really coming, single quotes, does this mean I can protect everyone? Can I actually do that? But what if this power isn't enough? Will the others survive the nightmare? Linton stared at a photo of her family, wondering what she should do. "I have to get stronger. I will protect them." At the same time, her brother looked at the same photo. "We need a new house. To do that, I have to focus on the game. I can't be on guard constantly. It's time to make our lives better." Sometime later, he walked into a real estate agency. A consultant approached him. He only wanted their finest villas. Top-tier security was a must. She eyed him skeptically. Could a kid this young afford it? She warned him about the price. This place wasn't cheap. He simply presented his card, not even glancing at the price. He knew it would be enough. Her eyes widened at the sight of it. A unique VIP card. Just who was this wealthy young man? Employee 2345 served him well. Later, he met his parents at the new villa. His mother was in disbelief. Did she hear that correctly? This was their new home. It even had a private pool, just like on TV. His father walked inside, heading for the bedroom. He gasped at the enormous bed. They all gathered in the living room. His mother, still in shock, asked about the cost. She insisted they should return it. His father reluctantly agreed. They worried about the pressure on him. He just smiled. It was paid in full with his competition winnings. He urged them to relax. He was staying nearby to focus on the game. His father was amazed. He never dreamed of a house like this. His mom smiled warmly. Their boy had grown up so fast. Sometime later, our hero was walking near a store. He felt assured by the villa's security. Now to get his parents in the game, that would keep them safe. But then suddenly, a group of thugs blocked his path, weapons ready. Their leader smirked. They had been waiting a long time. The leader of the Ebony Guild? The man suddenly lunged. He sneered about his fighting skills. "Let's see you fight for real?" The whole gang charged. One yelled that insulting their master was a huge mistake. Our hero simply grinned. Too slow. Activating his stealth, he struck from above. In an instant, he subdued the others. He picked up a stick. "You don't value your well-being." He sighed. These pests just wouldn't give up. Kuei pleaded for mercy, admitting he was wrong. He offered a secret quest. "Go on," our hero said. The man nervously explained. "Find a blacksmith named Hyoshun. Then, complete a quest delivering minerals. Once his favor was high enough, he would craft golden armor." He recalled a similar story from his past. The armor was linked to a secret NPC. Perhaps this guy was telling the truth. He gripped the stick tighter, warning him to change his ways. "Touch my family, and this stick will be your final warning." Kuei paled, understanding completely. Later, in the Western Desert's main city, At the Moonlight Night Tavern, our hero found Hone drinking. The old man made a request: 100 minerals. And no tricks. You look too clean for a miner, but bring the minerals, and a new weapon is yours, free of charge. The main character sensed he was honest. Time to head to the mines. Just then, as Matilda tried to leave, a man grabbed her arm. Where are you going? He offered to buy her a drink. I don't know you. Let go, she insisted, but he ignored her and pulled her away. He promised he wouldn't harm her. The man noticed our hero's glare. What are you looking at? I'll tear your eyes out. In response, a single strike put him down. You're a fool who doesn't value his own well-being. Matilda watched, impressed. He's amazing. She thanked him, asking to buy him a drink. He walked right past her. Don't bother. She scrambled to catch up. Hey, don't just leave. Suddenly, the girl tripped, but he caught her in a fluid, dance-like motion. Matilda smiled. So you like to dance? I love it too. And then she promptly fell asleep. After finding her a room, the main character finally headed for the mine. When he arrived, the sight of giant wolves reminded him of the 12 hound men guarding his underworld gates. They were perfect for gathering minerals. He had to collect as many as possible. Without warning, enraged moles burst out to attack. He ordered his own forces to charge, summoning a colossal scorpion. It instantly pacified the frantic beast. He began absorbing their power. The more monsters he gathered, the stronger his tactics became. Just as he subdued the last of the moles, a massive explosion erupted. An enraged mole boss charged toward him. He drew his sword. The mine boss? Someone must be luring these monsters out. A reaper appeared with the boss, launching an immediate staff attack. Our hero dodged the magical blast, but it curved right back at him. A target lock skill? He wondered. A system window appeared. Last year's sun has activated the Holy Shield art skill. This art boosts the target's defense by 20 points for 60 seconds. He exclaimed, "It's a buff from the Reaper?" A nearby player looked around, confused. What's going on? Where did the iron ore go? He spotted the mage. Is that the Reaper from the Iron Triangle? Why is he alone? This was an opportunity. He pulled out a camera and started a live broadcast. Meanwhile, the Reaper, fleeing the boss, shouted, "I didn't mean to summon it. Just let me go. I'll take full responsibility." Our hero noted his strange sense of duty. He'd spent a fortune on his villa, so he'd happily take care of this boss who'd come right to him. By now, the broadcast was exploding in popularity, with more viewers joining every second. When a furious mole charged the Reaper, he moved like a flash to block its path. Watching live, Quay remarked, "To fall to a beast that powerful, ... Just then, Yan of the Wrath Guild stormed past. "It's Grandmaster Yuan this, Grandmaster Yuan that," he raged. "The whole internet is obsessed." The endless praise was driving him mad. His friends scoffed. "In terms of pure skill, our leader is untouchable." The man grinned. "I'll check out this stream myself." He stepped closer, whispering, "The God of Wrath is only famous because of his guild and class. But in sheer talent, he can't touch the Grandmaster." Yen's eyes blazed. "What did you just say?" Kai simply smiled back. "I'm not the only one who thinks so," he shrugged. The entire viewer chat agrees. They're saying the God of Wrath should have yielded his top spot long ago. In an instant, a blade was at his throat. "Who are you talking about?" The man didn't flinch. "Why get angry with me? It's what everyone is saying. The God of Wrath is just so humble. After all, when heroes fade, villains rise." But Jan cut in. "He's streaming now, right?" He nodded. Yes. From inside the mine, a wicked glint appeared in Jan's eye. "Alert the guild. We're all going to pay him a visit." At that moment, our hero landed a final blow, telling the Reaper he was free to leave. Now, his true fight was with the mole. The beast lunged, but he dodged in a heartbeat and countered with magic. A volley of energy bolts slammed directly into the enraged creature. By now, his stream had over 1,300 viewers. The chat exploded. "His movements are pure art. I'm studying this frame by frame. His control over the monster is flawless. So fast he leaves after Hamages. The Grandmaster is a genius. As the boss charged again, the main character summoned his spirit wolves. They materialized instantly behind the beast. He had spotted its fatal flaw: tunnel vision. This would be a costly mistake. Gripping his sword, the protagonist plunged the blade straight into the creature's eye. The enraged mole howled in agony when a summoned wolf brought a hammer crashing down upon its head. He moved in for the final strike. It's time to end this. A system window flashed. Enraged Mole defeated. Level up to 15. He acquired new equipment, a stalker's dagger and dexterous boots. The stalker's dagger gave him plus 20 attack power and plus 5 attack speed. It also had an additional skill, Stalker's Blade. Every 6th strike empowers the next while boosting attack speed by 10%. The dexterous boots granted him plus 30 agility and plus 5 speed. Their skill, Speed Boost, increased his non-combat speed by 10%. The Reaper's eyes widened. Are you the legend who soloed the giant wolf? Add me as a friend. With your skill and my support, we'd be unstoppable. But the hero simply turned away. You have the wrong person. The Reaper stared, completely stunned. Impossible. It has to be him. He'd memorized that face. He would know him anywhere. Suddenly, a fireball erupted from behind. He deflected it instantly, now facing a hostile crowd. Their leader sneered, promising to see if that was true. Though that might be too much honor for him. His follower boasted, he's a legend. Let's go. They started a stream to warn the Wrath Guild's enemies. A lesson from their leader, the God of Wrath. The best player in the West. Our hero looked serious. So they wanted to use him to get famous. It was time to finally test his new gear. A system alert flashed. You are surrounded. Counterattack protocol activated. A 15-minute timer began. After that, taking them down would incur no penalty. The Reaper aimed his staff, thrilled. I've waited for this. He'd always dreamed of fighting alongside a comrade. In this chaos, he would protect his dear friend. The main character pushed him aside. Who are you talking about? But their leader just smirked with a sly grin. A swift strike sent him flying. What was that you said? The stream hit 5,630 viewers. The chat went wild, amazed by his skill. Their leader stammered that he was just a guildless nobody. How dare he attack him? Take him down! At his command, the adventurers all charged forward. A tank took the lead, shouting out the plan. Warriors, charge! Mages, attack from the rear! Archers, surround him. He can't handle us all. He activated stealth. Their coordination was a joke. He would deal with the backline first. He vanished. Mages used a spell immediately. But just as they started their chant, ... he appeared right behind them. Too late. He downed 2 mages. Their leader screamed, he's weak. He just fought a boss. His mana is almost gone. Get him. The stream chat found this situation quite amusing. The outcome was still uncertain. The Wrath Guild was the strongest in the West. If he won, their legendary reputation would be ruined. So their leader offered a massive reward for his defeat. There was no upper limit. He parried every blow, dodging spells. This mine was too cramped, but it was still enough space to handle them. Suddenly, their mages sealed the entrance to the mine. Trapped. He had no choice but to run deeper inside. Jan shouted, that coward is getting away, but was too exhausted to move. A moment later, a sly grin appeared. He won't escape me today. But then, our hero dropped from the shadows above, his blade instantly at Jan's throat. The boy cried out, he's here! Get help! They're not coming back, a calm voice replied. You sent your team on a one-way trip. Don't you think your master will be upset? Meanwhile, another group of adventurers ran straight into a pack of summoned wolves. The beasts erupted in a flash of light. Jan shrieked in fury. What have you done? With his opponent vanquished, he replied, why don't you ask them yourself? Viewership on the stream exploded by 10,000. The fallen adventurer dropped a prize. Artifact dual blades. Name, thirsty for vitality. Type, weapon. Effects plus 50 attack, plus 20 attack speed, and a 30-point boost to critical hit. It even had a unique skill, Vitality Drain, converting damage into HP. What an incredible bonus! He had to grab everything and vanish. An army of players would be swarming here any second. Back at the tavern, he presented the ore to the blacksmith. Hojin was stunned. You actually got it back? You're the real deal. Please, we'll need even more ore soon. A system window popped up. Blacksmith's favorability has increased by 100 points. Current relationship level. Friends. The main character calculated that this much ore would last the blacksmith for a whole month. He and his guildmate had collected a ton of equipment. Selling it all to Han Chin would cause problems. It was better to sell to individuals. It might take more effort, but it would certainly be faster. He wouldn't search the guild for his first follower. He'd start with the clues he remembered. He recalled one of the first followers from his past, a man who could command serpents. Could a hidden civilization of snakemen be in the sewers? That had to be the key. Arriving in the sewers, he remembered Officer Chatu's quest to handle 30 rat spirits. Not a hard task, but a secret dungeon was hidden in these canals. As he dispatched a rat monster, he wondered about the lair of a snake demon. Inside that hidden dungeon, he could find a legendary flesh grain. It was a rare item that permanently boosts a person's attributes. The dungeon had a strict weekly entry limit. Once discovered, the entire city would rush to claim it. So he needed to summon his undead to seal the entrance beforehand. He knew the room filled with snakes was the hidden entrance. It had to be connected to the serpents in these waterways. After a short search, he arrived at the exact spot. Suddenly, the water erupted. A colossal level 60 underworld serpent king lunged toward him. He froze. Was this creature part of the snake men civilization? How was its level so high? A single strike would be the end. He instantly activated his stealth skill, needing to dodge every move. Otherwise, he would be defeated, losing his level and all his hard-won equipment. Stealth was useless now. He'd have to use the environment. He tried to flee the beast, but the serpent relentlessly pursued him. He tried parrying the strike, but its force was overwhelming. He summoned a thunder scorpion, needing to buy himself precious time. This called for magic against magic. He refused to be overpowered. The scorpions created a diversion, giving him a window to escape. Afterward, the protagonist emerged, declaring that such a monster was no real threat here, because this was the Imperial Palace, defended by the great master of the realm. Any monster that dared approach would be instantly vanquished. The Snake people held a deep grudge against the Western Desert Kingdom. Their civilization was crushed, and now its survivors seek vengeance from the shadows. No matter what creature steps on these royal grounds, the great protector of the realm immediately descends upon it. This snake is powerful, but it's nothing compared to the master. Perhaps the snake demon's lair is located near that creature. He decided to follow it for clues. But first, he needed to try his luck at the shop. He hoped to find an elixir that could lure out weaker snakes. With it, he could attract the small fries and avoid that massive beast. A short time later, our main character arrived in Sandstorm City and bought an elixir that attracts lesser serpents. Suddenly, that same Reaper appeared. It was Shinhang who exclaimed he'd searched all over Sandstorm to find him. He hoped he was doing well and insisted they'd become friends. "Do you know how hard you are to find?" he said. "Our souls must be connected." The protagonist bluntly asked if he needed something. The boy beamed, asking if he was heading to the Valley of Ash. He suggested they go together. He replied, "No, I have other plans." Shinhang stopped him, shouting, "What do you think of our super trio? You could join. We'd become the Super Four. We'll be each other's wings and save this fallen world." Our hero wondered what on earth he was talking about. LIER ... in his past life. Was the leader of Sandstorm's second strongest guild, Reflection of Flowers and Moon. He was also part of an order, rumored to be one of the 9 chosen ones who founded it. Therefore, he had the potential to become the organization's leader or first disciple, but the dungeon attempts would reset tomorrow. He couldn't afford to lose out. He decided to collect his reward first, then message Ling Yu. He accepted the friend request, saying they could team up for the next dungeon run. "I have things to do, so I'll be going," the Reaper cheerfully replied. "I'll wait for your call." After a while, the protagonist reached the dungeon entrance, recalling memories from his past life. The snakes always appear right before the hidden entrance. He searched for signs of the great serpent. At that moment, smaller snakes began to emerge at his feet. Are these the real guardians of the lair? He wondered, staying vigilant for any surprises. He shattered the door, discovering a hidden dungeon. It was the serpent demon's lair. A level 10 serpent larva appeared, a foe with 1000 HP. Its special skill was a claw of strange essence. The creature could absorb this essence to restore 50 HP. The main character summoned a thunder scorpion to finish the fight. A system window appeared. Consume a grain of flesh, an essence? It could boost a player's attributes from 1 to 5 points. For a human, it also increased their tolerance level. He took one. Now that's a real reward. A new alert flashed. Intelligence +3. His tolerance was now 1 out of 100. He could only consume 100, but the boost was huge. Items that permanently raised stats were incredibly rare. Each grain could sell for 4 or 5 gold coins. By clearing this dungeon weekly, he could earn thousands. He wouldn't need a guild to become wealthy. He consumed 100 grains, maxing out his stats. He would save the 900 left and open a shop to sell them. From now on, this place was his weekly gold farm. He'd leave a few summoned monsters to scare off any explorers. No one had found this place, and these monsters felt different. The serpent demon must be able to modify creatures. How else could level 60 monsters exist here? Suddenly a call from Linton. He was puzzled. Why would she be calling? He answered, "What's wrong?" She just asked if he'd eaten. He was surprised, but said yes. Then another voice cut in. One of her classmates asked, "Can you help us clear a dungeon?" Confused, he agreed. Help them clear a dungeon? Just then, Wang Yan from the Demon Blade squad approached, smirking. "See, Linton is a liar. Her brother is just all talk. Listen to this, everyone." He agreed without even asking which dungeon. He's lost his mind. They're just a pair of fakes, brother and sister. A friend whispered it's the Valley of Ashes on heroic difficulties. A dungeon no guild had ever conquered. Linton confirmed it. We need to clear the Valley of Ashes ... on heroic. Wang Yan sneered. Stop pretending! He's just a gamer and you're a little liar. Your parents must be so proud. On the phone, his voice was calm. Don't waste your energy on him.